How is it going in terms of my New Japan Pro Wrestling Super J Cup 2019 in San Francisco live reviewing experience? Of course, you guys did not know it's past Saturday. I did attend the second night of the Super J Cup from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Without wasting more time, I'm going to jump right into the video. Before the show started, there was a meet and greet, but I did not attend it. It was from 4 to 5. The three people that were at the meet and greet were Juice Robinson, Will Ospreay, and of course Taguchi. I did want to meet Juice Robinson, but honestly, I didn't want to spend $30 to A, go there earlier than I had to, and B, spend $30 on just on one person that, I like Juice Robinson, I'm a big fan of his, but, he's not urgent for me to meet, so that's why I didn't really care to meet him. So I did not attend the meet and greet. The only thing I really did do from Saturday was just attend the event, which was at 7. I got there. The venue was very small because it was part of the college campus there, so it was a very small venue. Excuse me. But I liked it. There wasn't a bad seat in the house. There was only a few hundred people there, so there wasn't really that many people. But I liked it. The parking was very easy. It was right in front. We were able to park as well. So in terms of parking and in terms of not having a bad seat in the house, really, I didn't mind the venue. Even though I do think they should run bigger shows, but the venue, for what it was, I thought it was good. I liked it. They didn't check anything either, by the way. They didn't check anyone's bags. You could have literally brought anything in there, which was crazy to me. But of course, I went straight in there, and then of course I went straight to the merch line, which took fucking forever. I was in the merch line for probably an hour, just because it was just so long, and majority of the crowd was in the merch line, honestly, right from the get-go. But yeah, it was very, very slow. The merch went into a different room too, by the way. It's funny because when you're in line, you saw the ring still, and the show actually started while I was still in the merch line. So I watched the first match actually from the merch line, which was pretty funny to me. So the first match we actually did start the show was Jonathan Gresham taking on Alex Coughlin. I do apologize, or Coughlin. I do apologize if I do mispronounce some of the names. I'm not familiar with some of the young lions and some of the other talent that are on the show as well. So I do apologize if I mispronounce some of the names. I watched that match from the merch line. I thought it was pretty good. Both of them are very athletic. A lot of cradles, a lot of mat wrestling. The strength of both of them were really unreal. They actually at one point intertwined their legs and did like a headstand and like kind of smacked each other and whatnot, which was absolutely insane. Coughlин's chest was lit up. They had a chop fest, and Gresham just absolutely lit his chest up. And Coughlin was very dominant. He was the bigger man too, so he was kind of throwing Gresham around. So it was very mat based, and that was a very fun opener. Didn't see the finish though, because by the time the finish happened, I was in the room for the merch, so I didn't hear or see the finish. Well, I heard the finish, but I didn't see it. I just know Jonathan Gresham got the win. But from what I saw, I did enjoy the match, and I will go ahead and show you guys the merch that I did get. So here is, of course, the New Japan Pro Wrestling bag you get with all the merch you get. And I only got 2 things. Of course, the first thing I got was the event shirt. Of course, you have the Super J Cup 2019 logo right there. And then on the back, you have all the dates for which the shows took place on and the venues. So always like getting these event shirts. Always, I don't know, I just like collecting them. Although I do wish this was a maroon red, because all the people working the event had this shirt, but they had it in a maroon red color. So I would have wished they had a different color instead of black, but I'll take it. And of course, the second shirt I got, and of course, it is the New Japan Pro Wrestling San Francisco exclusive shirt. I don't like how it says NJ on there, because it obviously stands for New Japan, but it makes it look like it says San Francisco, New Jersey. So that's my main complaint about it. But I do like the colors. Obviously, I have the bridge right there, the Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco, New Japan Pro Wrestling, the lion logo, and of course, on the back, you have the New Japan 72 soccer style logo jersey on the back. So those were the only 2 things I bought at the event. Didn't buy anything else. They did have an exclusive Jyushin Thunder Liger t-shirt, but it was $40. I didn't really want to spend $40 on it, so I just left it there. But yeah, those were the 2 things I got. And then afterwards, I did go to my seat, which here's my ticket for the event right there. I had to print it out. But yeah, there wasn't a bad seat in the house, even though it was the row before the very last row, because I bought the cheap seats, I'm not gonna lie. But it's still great. I still saw everything perfectly and didn't have any complaints at all. So I thought I had a pretty good seat still, regardless. But by the time I got to my seat, I did see the finish of the second match, which of course was Robbie Eagles and Clark Connors. I didn't see much of the match. All I really saw was Clark Connors giving him an awesome spear, and then Robbie Eagles getting the victory via submission. So I didn't see much of it. Just really saw the finish, and that was it, so I can't really say anything about that match. And then of course we go to Shota taking on BUSHI. Of course Shota was mildly over because of course he is, you know, Jon Moxley's kind of lackey, young lion, so he's very over this match. And Bushi's one of those guys where he's kind of like Naito, where if he knows he doesn't have to work hard, he doesn't, and it clearly shows because he didn't really do much in this match at all. But I thought him and Shota had a pretty you know, solid matchup for the most part. Bushi got the victory, of course. And, you know, it was solid for what it was. Not really much to it. From there, we go to Karl, Fredericks, and, of course, Narita taking on Taiji, Ishimori, and Gedo. Gedo was very, very much hated. The crowd absolutely hated Gedo. And rightfully so, because Gedo is a, you know, knife pervert. He's the one responsible for his push. But this was a solid match. You know, Fredericks pretty much worked the majority of it. He, you know, Narita really wasn't in the match all that much. I think he was only in the match for maybe probably like a minute or two. He wasn't in it at all. So it was mainly Ishimori, Gedo, you know, he did some stuff. Him and Fredericks had some interaction, some stuff as well. But it really wasn't much of a match. Ishimori got the victory. He got the win for him and Gedo, so, you know, it was what it was. And then, of course, we had the match, which everyone was invested into at this point. It's obviously the biggest, you know, pop, which goes to Jyushin Thunder Liger. Him and Amazing Red teamed up to take on Rocky Romero and Yo. This was a very fun match. The crowd was very rocket and very amped, obviously, for Jyushin Thunder Liger. You know, who knows if I'll be able to see him again. This was my first time seeing Liger live, and potentially last as well. I'm not sure. Probably since he's going to retire in January, but who knows. So it was very awesome seeing him live. The crowd was red hot for him. By far the biggest pop of the entire night. The crowd absolutely erupted for him, and this match was a lot of fun. Liger did some great comedy stuff with Rocky Romero. Yo didn't do a whole much in this match. You know, he's kind of more playing the heel role. While Rocky, even though he was playing the heel, he was obviously trying to play, like, you know, some comedy stuff, playing to the crowd as well with Liger and whatnot. Amazing Red got a hot tag, looked great, ended up getting the victory with the Code Red, by the way, which is very surprising. He tried to do it at one point, but was fought out of by Rocky Romero, and then ended up hitting it at the end for the victory. So Amazing Red and Jyushin Thunder Liger get the victory. Very fun tag team match. This is probably my favorite match at this point. I thought the opener and this match definitely were the standout matches in the first half. So that was the first half of the show. Pretty solid. Very into it. You know, the crowd. The crowd was weird because it was kind of like a Japanese crowd, where it's like a lot of the crowd was quiet, but not because nothing was going on. It was just more out of respect because everyone was paying attention, which I liked. But then, of course, everyone erupted for the big spots and got really, especially, you know, the Liger tag. The crowd was very invested into it, especially with Liger. So that was a whole lot of fun. And then after that, we had the announcement that on November 9th, New Japan Showdown in San Jose will be taking place at the San Jose Civic Center. Very, very amped. The crowd went absolutely crazy for it because I think, like me, I don't think most people thought they'd be coming back this early, but they are. I'm very excited. I'm very happy to be going back. You know, I'll definitely be trying my best to attend that show in San Jose in November. So I'm very amped for it. You know, they advertise Okada, Tanahashi, pretty much all the big names, so hopefully it's a bigger tier show. And yeah, that definitely got the crowd pumped for the rest of the show as well. And then, of course, we started the second half of the show with the quarterfinals of the Super J Cup tournament. Of course, the first match being Carístico taking on Soberano Jr. Carístico, of course, formerly being Sin Cara in WWE. This was a fun match. You know, they did a lot of great high-flying stuff, but there really wasn't much to it. There were some great spots. No, Carístico, who I haven't seen in years, you know, I'll admit I haven't really seen him since WWE, was, you know, pretty impressive in this match with Soberano. So I thought it was good and solid. You know, it was pretty much a Lucha Libre match, obviously, expecting these two. Carístico got the win with the Spanish Fly at the top rope, which is very surprising. Wasn't expecting that at all. Got the victory to advance. So yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed it. And then, of course, we had TJP taking on El Phantasmo. This was a weird match, and there's this guy a couple rows in front of me who like was yelling up top of his lungs at these two because there was a lot of comedy involved in this match, and this guy was not having it. This guy was yelling at them to fucking wrestle. And at first, it's kind of like trolling was funny, then it got annoying real quickly to the point where people were telling him to shut the fuck up. So yeah, it wasn't a long match, but it was, you know, one of the longer matches at this point. Like I said, it started off being very comedy-ish, not really much going on. Then El Phantasmo, you know, started playing more of a heel role. Then the match started getting more serious, getting more technical, and ended up being a pretty good match overall. I did end up enjoying it. Surprisingly, just it didn't seem the crowd really cared for it. I don't think that, you know, the people cared for TJP, and I think, you know, El Phantasmo is a person that, you know, he's being pushed, but I don't think people are really caring for what he's doing either. I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of it. I think the dude's actually kind of a dick, or at least his character. I know he's a heel, but I don't know, I'm not really a big fan of ELP. And ELP got the victory to advance to the semifinals by hitting pretty much punching TJP in the balls and then rolling him up for a cradle to get the victory to advance to the semifinals. And yeah, spoiler alert, he ends up actually winning the entire thing. So Phantasmo is your Super J-Cup 2019 winner. Spoiler alert, like I said, I do apologize if I spoiled it for anybody, but whatever. But yeah, it was a good match for what it was. And then we had Taguchi taking on Dragon Lee, which, you know, started off Taguchi fashion, a lot of comedy, you know, he was running the ropes, you know, while Dragon Lee watched him. Wasn't real serious, but then the pacing started picking up. Taguchi started getting more serious, and it started becoming a really good wrestling match. And I thought him and Dragon Lee put on a really good match. A lot of near falls, a lot of great falls, by the way. Great near falls, not great falls, but great near falls. And Dragon Lee, you know, I've always enjoyed watching him, and Taguchi's one of those guys that I don't think gets enough credit. You know, Taguchi can be really good when he wants to be. I know he gets, you know, dubbed as a comedy guy, but he can have a really good match when he wants to really pull out a really good match. And I thought him and Dragon Lee ended up hitting on probably the second best match in the show, honestly. I really enjoyed it. Like the finish too, where, you know, Dragon Lee just had to put Taguchi down. He hit him with several running knees and finally finished him off with a Shining Wizard to put Taguchi away to advance to the semifinals as well. So Dragon Lee and Taguchi, like I said, second best match in my opinion. And of course the main event, which was Will Ospreay taking on Sho, which was by far the best match on the entire show. This was an incredible match. Honestly, probably one of the best matches I've seen live. Honestly, this match was absolutely incredible. These two went out there for 30 minutes and absolutely tore the house down. Had a fantastic match. Will Ospreay just looked absolutely phenomenal, and you know, Sho was winning the crowd over to the point where Sho was being cheered more than Will Ospreay. This dude had, you know, he had to have tore Ospreay's head off with a lariat like 15,000 times. Ospreay got turned completely inside out. Crowd was losing their minds for Sho, and the crowd was very behind him. He was working on Ospreay's arm. It's definitely, you know, great spot when Ospreay went for the handspring and he kicked his arm up from underneath him, and Ospreay ate shit. Came off absolutely great. And Ospreay did the sixth spot where it wasn't like a Hurricanrana, but like, I don't know what the fuck he did. He like, I don't know how to explain it. He like inverted and flipped and like threw Sho over him. It's very hard to explain the spot off the top rope. It was absolutely insane though. Once it airs on NJPWworld sometime in September, definitely check it out. You'll know the spot I'm talking about. He hit that on one arm, which is absolutely insane. A lot of great near falls. You know, at some points, you know, I think everyone thought Sho was gonna win. That's how many great near falls, and the storytelling in this match was phenomenal. Both men, like I said, looked tremendous. Just I can't say enough great things about this match. It was fantastic, and definitely, like I said, match of the night, and one of the best matches I think I've seen live. Just absolutely incredible match from both men. Ospreay had the win with the Stormbreaker, or Storm's End. I keep forgetting the name of it, honestly. I think it's Stormbreaker. On Sho to get the 1, 2, 3 and to advance to the semifinals. So Will Ospreay defeats Sho. Incredible main event, like I said. Absolutely loved every second of it. And of course, afterwards, Ospreay cut a promo at the end, pretty much saying that, you know, he worked that great match with a hangover, that New Japan is trying to branch out, you know, into the United States and become the biggest company in the world and take everything over. And pretty much, you know, cut a promo saying the crowd home happy. And that was it. And that was, like I said, definitely a great way to end the show. That match was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Can't say enough great things about it. And that was the end of the show, obviously. And the show capped out about 2.5 hours. I think it was just a little over 9:30 when the show came to complete conclusion. So about a 2.5 hour show, straight shot, no intermissions or anything. And overall, I thought it was a very good show. You know, live, I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought most matches were good. If not, you know, at least very fun. We had that incredible main event. And we had some really good matches as well. So I definitely had a really good time at the Super J Cup 2019 in San Francisco. Definitely check it out on NJPWworld once it airs in September. They haven't given an official release date of the airings of these shows, but they did announce that, you know, they will be airing on NJPWworld sometime in September. So definitely check it out on NJPWworld if you guys have it once those are released on video on demand on NJPWworld. Highly recommend it. Like I said, great time, and I thought it was a great experience. I'm very, very excited for New Japan Showdown in San Jose in November. Very, very excited for that. Hopefully I go to it. I'm planning on it. I'm pretty sure I will be attending it, but you know, it's not for sure yet. Tickets aren't even sold yet, so I don't know for sure, but I am very excited for it, and I'm very, very thrilled that they're coming back so soon. So hope you guys did the video. If you guys did, please feel free to leave a like below. It lets you guys know that you enjoy these type of content videos, and makes me want to produce more out for you guys. So leave a like if you guys enjoyed the video, and of course until next time, I'll see you guys there. Thank you guys for watching the video.